It's one small step for mankind, but one giant step for a landscaper. This front yard looks like a moonscape, not a landscape. So we need to clean it up so it matches this beautiful house. But I know the homeowners have got some specific needs, so we need to get the practical right and the pretty right. Jen runs a small business from home, but there's one problem. Their street is strictly no parking, which is a real headache when her clients arrive. What do you do for a living?
Just a couple of days a week, I do some dog grooming.
Danny, dog groomer. Do you hear that? I'll tell you what, I'll look after the garden if you look after Danny.
Absolutely.
Now, your front yard, I love what you've done with it.
Yes, it's tragic, isn't it?
No, it's really good. And well designed too. Like, your driveway is about 5 centimetres wider than your average car.
Yeah.
So that means you open the door on this side and you're up against the fence, and you open the door on that side and you're straight onto the muddy pebbles.
I know, yes. It's really not, a bit bodgy.
The house presents really well. It's
It
just
does.
getting to it.
Yeah.
I think we need to tie everything together. So the surface up there, we put down here, we jazz this up, and then we give you a garden. At the moment, you've got a Buxus hedge. That's about the only thing that's worth saving. Well, you tackle Danny.
Okay.
I'll tackle the garden. They'll probably take about the same amount of time.
Oh, you think?
Everything's going from this front landing. We're going to repave it and tile it. But rather than throw the baby out with the bathwater, I'm going to save these plants. Now, these are called Rowia. There's 2 bunches, one here and one there. But if I pull it apart, each one of these individually in a 6-inch pot with some soil would cost you about $6 or $7. So I figure there's hundreds in there. The old driveway with a car parked in it was about as inviting as a stop sign. So we're adding 1.2 metres to the side of it to make a nice path so everyone can come in with their dog and they can do their business. Well, Jen can do her business on the dogs. I haven't gone mad. The easiest way to marry my new paving into the existing concrete slab is to break one of your pavers. So you can use that straight edge there to run through the sand and give me the level I need across the whole job. Pavers I'm laying are called Eurostone, but I've done something slightly different. I've got 2 different sizes and 3 different colours. There's 400 by 400s and 600 by 400s. It gives me this pattern that's kind of broken up. There's no actual straight lines going towards the house. Provided I keep staggering my joint, it'll be a point of interest. You don't want to have a joint running into another joint, into another joint. That'll look like a mistake. And the 3 colours, well, I chose that. So it ties in with the messiness of all the concrete around here. If we give that a coat of paint, it'll fade away to nothing, and this will draw your eye, and I think it'll work. Traditionally, you just sweep in washed beach sand. It's fine, it falls into the gaps. You leave it for a few days and they're all full. But I'm using one that's got an additive in it, it's like a pave lock. Now, you need to sweep off the excess and hose it down, and then it starts to set. The reason why I like it is because it sets semi-hard, so ants find it hard to burrow through, so you're not going to end up with loose pavers, and weeds find it hard to get established, and that's a good thing. Off the existing balcony, it's quite a fall here, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and safer by putting in a garden bed. I'm going to do brickwork. Now, I've marked out on the concrete where the brick line's going to go, so I don't need to set up a string line. But a tip for someone who wants to lay bricks for the first time and you've never done it, knock your mud up in a wheelbarrow, but then put it on a board like this and just make sure it's workable. You want it to be nice and creamy. You want it to stick to your trowel, but not over sticky. So a little bit of water makes it more pliable. It's easier on your wrist and easier to lay.
I like your wall. Now, Danny looks to be waiting there for me. What would you like me to do with Danny today?
She's going to think it's Christmas Eve if you do something.
That's okay.
She only gets a wash Christmas Eve.
Yeah, well, she can have 2 Christmases this year, can't she?
Are you ready, Dan? The tail's going.
Yeah, I can see that.
Are you ready, bud?
I'm ready.
All right,
Okay,
good luck.
let's go, Dan.
Don't bite her.
Come